Good morning, everyone. I just had my video conference. A lot of you did not join, so I thought I would record basically what I went through so that you will have it, and I will post it in one of the modules. I know my glasses are kind of showing up the blue of my screen. I'm sorry about that, but it is what it is. So I guess I'm just going to look a little like a cartoon character. But I'm going to be sharing my screen with you anyway so that I can go through what is expected for this research project. I know some of you are probably a little worried about that. Not to worry, I'm going to go through it right now, and you just have to make sure that you are doing all of your assignments. All of the assignments have been opened from the beginning of the semester. You are welcome to go in and create whatever or submissions you can, even if you had not completed them before. You need to complete them so that you can get a grade for them. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen now and show you and here we are. So this menu right here, I got by going to menus. So I was in my home. And this is what you see when you open up Canvas. And it says right here, video conference today, Wednesday, April 8th, 10 a.m. I only had one student join me, but that's okay. So what you do is you go over to modules. All of our classes are now in modules. All the way back to March 23rd. So if you missed any class, you are welcome to go back here. These instructions are video instructions, and then these are the assignments for March 23rd. And pretty much I go through each of the assignments on each of the class days. So for example, on April 1st, there was a test on the novel. You can still take that test. If you have not taken it, you need to take it. It's open book. You can have your book in front of you. Click right here on the link and it will take you right to the test. Please make sure you take that test. That's going to be a big part of your grade this semester. Okay, so if I go up to class for today, which is April 8th, I'm going to start with the topic for research projects. So that's your first assignment here. If you have not completed this, you have to click on this link. It'll give you a text box. You have to write down what your topic is going to be. Now, what I've done is I have some research project topics right in a document underneath your assignment. So if you click on that document, here's what comes up. All of these research project topics, and they are categorized by larger topics. So if you are interested, for example, in writing or doing a presentation on, let's say, on government or politics, these are questions that you can answer by your research project. So you can't just tell me that your topic is government. It's got to be something smaller. That's a broad, big topic. You only have 7 slides to do this project on PowerPoint, 3 to 5 minutes of speaking. So here's where you're going to kind of whittle that down so that it's a nice, concise subtopic. So here's one of the questions. Should Puerto Rico become the 51st state? Well, that's a really good topic. You are going to answer that question in your research project. Let's look at health. Should high school students provide free condoms to students? There you go. That's a decent topic under health. It's very concise. Should healthy people be required to regularly donate blood? That's a really good topic for you. If you are interested in science, here's one. Should human cloning be allowed? Why or why not? And then you have to do research on each of these topics. And of course, if you are a sports person, here's a question. Should college athletes be paid for being on a sports team? These are important questions that you can answer through your project. So that's the very first document that I have in your modules. I'm going back to modules. Those were the tips. Here is your outline. So if I click here, it takes me to a document that has research project criteria. So it tells you that your presentation format has to be 3 to 5 minutes. You are going to be speaking over the internet. It does kind of go through what you have to do in order to actually go through that and submit your presentation. There have to be 7 slides. If you're doing a PowerPoint presentation, it's 7 slides. If you're doing a video, it's got to be 3 to 5 minutes. Your programs, here are just some programs that you can use. That's not the full list. You can come up with your own program or app. That's fine. Let me know what it is. You need 3 resources. And here's your outline. So the first slide is going to be your introduction. You're just going to tell me what the topic is, and you know, you can say why you chose that topic, why you think it's important. Your research slides, so this is the information, this is the guts of your project. That should be 3 to 4 slides. There should be at least a summary of each of the sets of information that you get from each resource. So you have to have at least 3 because you have 3 resources. Data slides. Data slides are like numbers. So for example, say you were doing a topic of self-driving cars, whether or not they are viable, whether they're good, something good to have right now. You might find some numbers, like there are 10,000 people in New York City who have self-driving cars. I doubt that that's true. That came out of my head. You're going to get numbers right from your research. So whatever those numbers are, if you find a chart or you find a survey, you're going to put that onto at least 1 or 2 slides, and then you're going to talk about it. You're going to explain what that chart or what those numbers represent. And then you'll have a conclusion, which is basically 1 slide. So that's your outline. These documents are here for you to continually look at. So I'm going through them now, but they're right online in your Canvas shell. You can access Canvas through your phone. You need to do that if you do not have a laptop. However, if you need a laptop or a Chromebook, I believe the school has asked students to let them know, and they will provide them for you. You can certainly email me, and I will get that information to the school as well. All right, so here's your plan. So your plan, this is a form, and each one of these resources, each one of your resources has to be listed here. So you're going to write down what your resource is. Your presentation date, I will be providing that for you. I am going to randomly select dates by picking names kind of out of a hat, so to speak, and you will get a date. And that's only because although everything is due on April 27th, not everyone can present on April 27th because we won't have enough time. So presentations will take place the 27th, 29th, and the 1st, May 1st. So that's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday of that week. I will let you know what date you are actually presenting online. You're going to answer the following questions. Oh, you have to put your link in, by the way, for the whatever your resource is. And then you're going to answer these questions about it at the end. You're going to say this, you know, this was what the take-home message of this resource is, and what the thesis was for the source, and then whether or not it was a good resource, why or why not. You're going to do that for each, here's number 2, for each of your 3 resources. And again, this document is online. Okay, I'm going back to modules, and now I'm going to go to your research project process. This is really important. I lay out for you exactly how you have to walk yourself through the project, because you can't just start your presentation. That's not how it works. The first thing you have to do is choose a topic. You have to send that to me. I have to approve it. Now, some of you have already done that, and that's great. those of you who have not chosen your topic, you shouldn't even be working in it yet because it has to be approved by me. Then you do your research. That's the next thing. You have to have your 3 resources, and you have to have your research notes and everything that you can get from each of these resources, all the information. You have to have that in one spot. You either take notes or you're printing out the research pages so that you have them so you can use that information when you're creating your PowerPoint. You're going to organize your research to support your thesis statement. So what's your thesis statement? When I say to use note cards, you can just write down the information on a piece of paper. It doesn't have to be note cards. Organize your slides according to your notes. So slide 1, and then this is the information that goes with slide 1. Then once you write down all your information for slide 1, you're going to take keywords, key phrases, and that's what goes on the actual slide. Not a lot of words go on the slides. You are going to be talking. The whole point of doing something like this in an English course is not for the writing end of it, because we're just doing bulleted information, key phrases, keywords. It's for the speaking part of language arts. So the speaking part is very important. That's the main part of what this research project is all about, other than the research, because the research is really important. Okay, you're going to write your conclusions out in some kind of summary form. And then once you have that information organized, then you design your presentation. So if you have 7 slides, 3 of which have to be about your research, you have to have slide 2 or 3, whichever you start with. Slide 2, all that information. Slide 3, all that information. Slide 4, all that information. Those are your informational slides. You have to have all of that and some kind of charts or numbers or statistics that go with it. You have to have that all in one place before you begin the actual designing of your presentation. For some of you who are very creative and who like doing this sort of thing, you're going to want to jump into your design before you actually do all of the other work. Don't do that. I promise you it will impede or stop you from really having a great presentation. Okay, your presentations are due on April 27th. We will present during that week. Here are some roadblocks at the end of the research project process document. I put some roadblocks, some problems you might kind of come up against, and some solutions to that. And then here's what you will need for your paper. All right. That is pretty much the research project in a nutshell. It's all under class for April 8th. Good luck. I think I'm excited for you because this is like a fun part of this particular course. So if you have any questions, you can email me. I will email you back as quickly as possible. I am available for video conferencing every Friday, not this Friday because it's Good Friday and we don't have class, but every Friday. And I have a chat. I'm in a chat room, which you can access again over here on the left side of your menu. In your menu, just pick chat on Mondays and Wednesday nights at 8:30. You're welcome to email me anytime. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. But every Monday and Wednesday, it's a real-time chat. So you can ask a question here and I will answer you immediately. All right. Well, have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.